Bishop rotary, they don't believe in give at all.
Okay.
But if you look at their pro teams, FK Irons has a lot more color guys. Bishop Rotary has a lot more black and gray guys. It has nothing to do with the region of the country they're in or the style of work they prefer. A no-give machine is a machine that's going to leave a smaller dot, which makes you rely more on your hand technique, which means you're going to have smaller dots because you're going into the skin with a lot of finesse and working just a little bit more off the tips of the needles, a little bit more off your wrist control, and a lot less aggressive a movement, which is better for your black and gray.
Yeah.
With a color machine that has give, you can essentially set at the back of your line or wherever you're going to go. You can drop that needle in, the machine's going to give a little bit, and you're just going to be able to work. And you're going to be able to work off of your tube tip instead of working off of your needle tip, which, when you're talking about color work, it's going to be a lot more consistent because you can rest that tube tip on the skin and you can do all your work while that thing's doing its give and pushing back at you and creating a great saturation, a great blend. You can build things up or you can pack them in solid depending on where you set your voltage and where you set your give. A little more technical, yes. Bishop will say, train your wrist. Why we don't believe in give. If you're doing a lot of build-ups, that's fine. Like Nico Hurtado, doing a lot of color build-ups. That's that technique where he's using his wrist and he's working slowly and he's building everything up. He doesn't need a machine with give. If you're going to work and do something that's blended or you're going to pack some solid color, give is going to get that job done way faster.
Okay. So if you were a traditional Americana tattoo or a Japanese, someone that puts in solid lines, solid color, you're not reliant on multiple passes, building textures or layers over time, you would want more give?
I would. You can also create that with a machine that has less give if it's a harder hitting machine. But now you're talking about a really hard hit that just gets in and out. Where your rotary spinners that Bishop creates, they are not hard hitting machines. That cyclic motion that they have, it's very smooth. It's going to leave a smaller dot. So another machine with very little give might have a tiny bit of dampening in its mechanism, but not a lot of give, would be comparing to a Bishop to a Dan Kubin.
Okay.
Say like Dan's new DMC machine. That machine has a very small amount of give just because of the mechanism, but that is a hard-hitting machine that's made to pack versus a solid spinner which doesn't have a slap to it like a Bishop machine. They're both direct drives, technically. The one is going to really beat color in. Dan's machines are designed to get the job done efficiently, fast. They're traditional machines, solid, real tattoos. Bishop's machines are going to give you more of a build-up on a black and gray style tattoo because of the style of the mechanism. That spinner is not created with a lot of force behind it, and that relies more on your wrist technique to make the job happen.
Gotcha.